Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And it's now 21-7. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28.
They'll set up a throw.
Short throw caught by Bowers.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They'll look to throw now on first down. Flush to his right. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. They'll drop to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They'll look to throw here on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Back to throw here. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
2nd and 10.
Now back to throw, eluding the pressure right. Over the middle, he'll get it to Harrison.
And the Dolphins are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late. They're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Looking to throw. And it's caught. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I think the training and practice broke down on that play because he simply didn't run the route deep enough to get to the first down marker, despite what was a really nice catch and toe tap on the sideline.
Now it's 3rd down 101. You got to go to the marker, know where it is. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. In motion left, the tight end. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Harrison for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Dolphins have got it back to within a score.
Is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. Here now, 2nd and 4.
He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And his throw is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Finally, this defense makes a stand. They'd given up touchdowns on their first 2 drives, but here they said, we've got to put a stop to that. Good coverage there to force a punting situation and a 4th down.
Fielded just inside the 30. It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give him a good 10 yards on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling. Figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter.
And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20. first down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw.
That's to Bowers once again.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43.
In motion left is Wilson. Now a throw here out wide. He might be looking to throw this again. The throw's going to be caught. And this works to perfection. The double pass leads to a touchdown. Bass on for the extra point.
He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. He'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 15-yard line.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
Now a play fake here on first down. Slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Two yards to go, 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
So what a turn of events there. You're driving to take the lead in this third quarter, but then one mistake, and you're watching the ball being returned for a touchdown.
Certainly a great example of how focus has to be there on every play, doesn't it, partner? You can't get complacent, and I think that he did. He's got him moving downfield, but that's a play where he just shouldn't have thrown the football, and that ultimately could wind up costing him the ball game.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And they will take a 7-point lead. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
And you wonder, I mean, is it even possible, especially for the quarterback, to mentally reset after that quick of a turnaround?
Well, we're certainly going to find out, aren't we? Because that play will stay in your mind, but somehow you have to compartmentalize, put it aside, pick yourself up, and get moving in the right direction. His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
70 Lions.
They'll look to throw here. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Back to throw now on first down. Eluding the pressure right.
That's caught downfield by Addison.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Back to throw again. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They'll look to throw again. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. At the Dolphins' 7-yard line.
And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Keely Ringo picks it off. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a gain.
Back now in Jacksonville. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4.
Now 2nd and 5.
He'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Short throw caught by Bowers.
And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
Trying to lay one up deep. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Marvin Harrison,
number 60.
And the Dolphins are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead now up to 14.
35. Jaguars 21. Tyler Bass sets the kickoff.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
17-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw.
Pass complete to Addison. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
19 tight. Riggs.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Short throw caught by Bowers.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll drop to throw. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete.
And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Ready, set.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
79 Broncos. Go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go back. Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal.
19 Lions. Let's go. Dragon 60. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. 60 Mavericks. 60 Mavericks. Yeah.
Looking to throw.
And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Brock Bowers.
A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Dolphins are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Jaguars 21. Tyler Bass set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. 18, Pioneer. Hut, hut.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he rifles one incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Jaguars have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
So the Jags will keep the offense out there as they'll decide to go for 2.
The Jaguars will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. That's caught at the 1. And he's going to get in. So they're back within 11. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover.
And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
On the ready. Hey, smash Bronco. Go. Warriors 17. Hey, check that. Street. 19 tight. Go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Powers ahead at the 45.
And the Jaguars are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So there is still time, a little over 50 seconds to go, but this becomes a critical onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th.
2nd and 5.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of
force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
First carry for DeAndre Swift.
Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here.
The kick by Bass is good, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Dragon 60. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Here we go. Here we go. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Buffalo 18. Rig alert. Rig alert.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Connecting with Andrews, and he will get out of bounds to stop the clock. It's a first down with the clock showing 26 seconds to play.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Here's first down.
70 range. 70 range. Let's go. Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready, ready?
He'll look to throw.
And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
And with that pass, CD, he's now over 400 yards in the game. And even in a pass-first league, that is still a tough benchmark to hit.
And all week leading up to this one, all we read, heard about was the confidence he had that he could put up big numbers. Kudos to him for coming out here with that belief in himself and for making it happen.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last two snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
Here we go. Shaq.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big third down.
And that is incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Come 19. 70. Trap 60. Trap 60. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. 18 Pioneer.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. That is caught. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
And as this defense walks